Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 22nd. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. Today is the official first day of fall. Well, maybe this afternoon, the official start of fall. But the big story today, the rain and storms. We start with Holly, who is tracking what the kickoff to fall will look like.
Danielle, thank you. And boy, today, such a busy weather day with the official start of autumn this afternoon. And we're dealing with flooding, rain potential, and in addition, strong to severe thunderstorms. As we get a look at the next several hours, we are seeing a lot of that rain, especially west. And as far as the strong to severe storms, gusty winds, heavy rainfall, getting into your Thursday, leftover showers. But we are going to be so much cooler, and some of you will see upwards of 2-3 inches of rain by the time we are all said and done here. So basically summing up that forecast with the rain and the storms today, highs around 70, but then temperatures slip backwards as we get into later this afternoon. And have your Channel 3 weather app handy because there is that potential for strong to severe storms. Looking ahead to a chilly Thursday, my goodness, we're only in the upper 50s. Friday, back to some sunshine. Looks very nice for Friday football, all those high school games happening. Saturday will bring showers in again later in the day. Then Sunday, just in time for the Browns game, it looks like things should work out. And then back to much more seasonal weather for early next week. Danielle, back to you.
Thank you so much, Holly. And developing this morning, Stanley Ford, the Akron man accused of setting 3 arson fires that killed 9 people, has been found guilty of aggravated murder. The jury returned the decision late last night. The 62-year-old was convicted of setting the fires in his neighborhood back in 2016 and 2017. Among the 9 victims, 5 of them were children. Ford faces the death penalty, and the penalty phase of the trial begins next Monday. And the University of Akron is now offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in the fatal shooting of 18-year-old student Maya McFetridge of Berea. The suspect or suspects involved shot into a crowd, killing McFetridge and injuring 2 others. Now, University President Gary Miller says they are launching several initiatives. They plan to add more campus police officers and work with a private security firm for added safety. He's authorized $1 million in funding to help advance a program to put security cameras up around the neighborhood. Akron Mayor Dan Horrigan says legislation to allocate funding to add cameras in the city will be presented to council on Monday. And nationally, a weeks-long search comes to an end. A coroner has confirmed that the body found in a Wyoming national forest on Sunday is the remains of 22-year-old Gabby Petito. A doctor ruled Petito's death as a homicide, but said the cause of death is still pending final results. Petito had been on a road trip with her fiance, Brian Laundrie, documenting it on social media when she went missing. Brian has since disappeared, and authorities are still searching for him at a nature reserve in Florida. Officials say Laundrie is considered to be a person of interest in the case. Okay, let's get to the latest on the coronavirus now. The state reported 6,814 new cases on Tuesday. That's less than 300 above our 21-day average. Late last week, an FDA panel only recommended boosters for people who are over 65 or at high risk if they catch the virus. Today, the full FDA will meet to make a final decision. Meantime, the CDC also meets today to help determine the best way to administer these extra doses. The Biden administration had originally hoped to start administering boosters to all Americans this week. And as Ohio's COVID cases continue to rise, so does the number of patients in the state's hospitals. Hospitals are feeling the stretch and stress and sounding the alarm as the state saw the most new hospitalizations since January. The biggest concern, it is now impacting younger people. We have the highest level of COVID patients under the age of 50 right now. The unvaccinated continue to make up the vast majority of Ohio hospitalizations. Since January, more than 97% of those hospitalized are not vaccinated. The unvaccinated also make up about 99% of COVID deaths. The extra burden on Ohio hospitals is made worse by a statewide nursing shortage. Frontline workers continue to plead with the public to get vaccinated.
If you're young and unvaccinated, it's now probably only a question of when, not if, you get COVID-19.
It's just a sad situation that we're dealing with. And I think everybody here is emotionally exhausted and just really affected personally, at work and at home.
Again, doctors and health officials continue to plead with the public to get vaccinated. And speaking of vaccines, Johnson & Johnson says its new 2-dose version makes it as effective as the Moderna and Pfizer shots, coming in at a 94% efficacy rate. The company says adding a booster dose to its single shot raised immunity even more and should offer strong protection. J&J has submitted its data to the FDA. Turning to traffic, okay, speeders beware. That's the message from Mayfield Village Police, who tell us the number of those speeding on their stretch of I-271 has doubled in the last 2 years. Instead of putting officers in dangerous situations by conducting traffic stops, police will now begin using hand-operated cameras to issue tickets by mail. The police chief says not only are more drivers speeding, some are going over 100 miles per hour.
The average speeding ticket we're writing right now is 89 miles an hour, and that's almost 30 miles over the limit, and that's common. And that it used to be very rare you would see that. We're not doing this to try to write tickets. We're doing this to try to get people just to collectively slow down a little bit.
The program is similar to the one being used in Newburgh Heights along I-77, where an officer is present to track speeders and snap the photo. The fines can be up to $300. Alrighty, a lot happening today here in Northeast Ohio. Here's 3 things to watch for. And we start in Rocky River, where Governor Mike DeWine will be today. He is slated to give remarks at the grand opening of the new Rocky River Police Station. Governor DeWine is expected to talk about state support for local law enforcement. The dedication begins at 3 p.m. at the station on Hilliard Boulevard. And today, the highly anticipated immersive Van Gogh exhibit will open in downtown Cleveland. It's in the new area called Lighthouse Art Space Cleveland on East 72nd Street. The exhibit features 500,000 cubic feet of projections and more than 60,000 frames of video of Van Gogh's work. Tickets are on sale now, and the exhibit will be in town through February 6th. And the Jonas Brothers are going to be in Northeast Ohio tonight. They will be performing at Blossom for their Remember This tour at 7. Tickets are still available if you want to go. You can get those online. And don't forget, you have to show vaccination proof to get into the concert or a negative COVID test. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. Our weather team is tracking the rain and storms that we're going to see throughout the day, so make sure that you check their updated forecast in the weather section of WKYC.com. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you Thursday morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day, everybody, and keep on persevering.